Hey everybody, Ross with Moto TV. We're over here at Glen, Helen at these amazing vintage races, and I'm here with Tom with TMC Company, and he rents vintage bikes. Check those bikes out, Brody. So, just tell us a little bit about your business.
All right, what we do is we do vintage motocross dirt bike rentals, okay? We do a complete arrive and ride where you just show up with your helmet and we supply everything else, right down to the trailer, a place for you to put all your gear. We can do food, we can do the whole thing. You just show up, pick a bike. If you had that bike that you always dreamed of when you were a kid, maybe it was a moto or a Husqy or something, I always wanted to ride that. Come out here, hook up, go ride. We can do a complete one-day event. You can run as many races as you want. We can do a birthday party. We can do a private day or a track day. Just say one day at the track, and all you want to do is you and your buddy want to talk about how good you used to be. Well, you can bring him out, buddy. Let's go show you how good you used to be.
So you guys can actually let's say I want to ride like at a desert or whatever. You guys can just show up. There it is, the trailer, like a surprise party, like a wife could have.
Yeah. We can do this whole setup. We can cater in the food for the afternoon. They can show up. We can do a couple of rides in the desert, or the mountains, invite a couple of buddies, throw a party, and they can ride the bike at the same time.
Wow, that's amazing. And a website? You guys have a website?
We have a web page or a Facebook page, and it's under TMC Co. Vintage Dirt Bikes.
So look for TMC Co. Vintage Dirt Bikes on Facebook, and look for these guys out there. They're just amazing bikes, and I wish I could run it right now to ride it. So thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.
I was riding my Yamaha 60 when this stuff was coming out, man. That's, dude.
Well, this one's familiar right here.
Oh, yeah.
Those are our years. That's like an 83.
Yeah. Dude, is that a Reby lever? That's one of those handmade Reby levers. The swing arm.
Oh, you're right.
That's a works freaking swing arm, dude. Hell yeah, dude. You don't see those every day.
I always love these little bomber
Dude.
Suzuki's full floater.
Oh yeah, dude, the bomber, like you said in your email or your text, with the original full floater decal.
Yeah. I remember these too, man. These are British.
Hey everybody, we're with Jack Performance today. He was out at Chimichanga and I met him, but today he's racing in this vintage race, and there's just an amazing amount of history, an amazing amount of stories and riders out today, and we're just scratching the surface. So he's going to tell us about, is this your Mako?
No, this is not my Mako, but this is my friend Mark's Mako, and I'm racing his Yamaha that he's out practicing on. And that's kind of the way the day is. We show up in the morning and everybody's got bikes, and we all share bikes and swap different classes.
Oh man,
it's as fun as it can be. When I got done with sign up, somebody says, hey, why don't you ride my bike? Hey, why don't you ride my bike? You know? This is pretty good. It's good stuff. Put on by Scott Burnworth. He does the whole thing with just a few sponsors.
What can you tell us about some of the bikes that for example, most people are watching, you know, to them, this is, it may look like something modern.
Well,
what can you tell us?
Well, the bikes, obviously, you know, evolution has came around. The bikes have gotten a whole lot better. You notice this one's not even water cooled. It doesn't have disc brakes. You know, it's got drum brakes, old style brakes. And, you know, the power delivery is so different.
Right.
But a lot of us, you know, I'm 68 years old. A lot of us have been doing this for probably 30 or 40 years. And these are the bikes we started on, and they're still familiar enough to have fun.
And one thing I'm really noticing I noticed that it's got a man's tire here. It doesn't have like a little tiny...
No.
This area, this is where the action really
This is a 400 right here.
Wow,
So
okay.
that's a good observation. That is a man's pipe, and it takes a man to sit on it too.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys doing anything for our sport.
Oh,
Our
man.
sport needs every bit of support it can get, and it's as fun as we can have. I mean, think about it. I've been doing this since 1968, you know, and it's addicting.
Man, you know
To a good level. I mean,
Uh-huh.
if you look like this at 68,
Right.
you're
Yeah.
doing damn good.
Yeah, you're not complaining.
We're looking at a 100cc bike today. Marty tries to put this class together because all the modern bikes are all kind of, there's just not a lot of creativity. People don't build stuff like they used to back in the day, you know, swap modes.
Right.
Put Mako motors and, you know, CZ or whatever it might be. But he just wanted people to be creative. And so he created the 100cc class, and so now everybody's building. Well, it kind of turned into the 82, 83 YZ100 class because these bikes are so dependable,
Oh yeah,
so
right.
fast. You can't believe. Well, I shouldn't say fast, but they're faster than you think, and they're so much fun to ride because you have to. What you have to do is you have to keep corner speed. You got to kind of stay off the brakes. You got to pick smooth lines, and it kind of. I'm 52 years old. It's kind of reteaching you how to ride, how to keep your corner speed up.
So let's go through some of the particulars real quick on the bike. Like show us, you know, some stuff, some personalized stuff you can point out.
Well, for me, the seat, because on these 80, on most of them, the seats kind of go down like this.
Got it.
And man, this seat is a lifesaver for me because when I sit on this bike, it feels like sitting on a modern bike, sort of.
Right, I noticed that. Yeah,
As opposed to sitting on, you know, like the other seats are. It makes a big difference, but this is basically a stock bike.
Okay,
It's
all right.
all stock. My buddy Mark McNulty right there, you can interview him next. He has a really nice one, and that's exactly what Marty was talking about, the guys being creative. He built that out of a YZ125, but the rule is it can't be newer than an 83, so I'll let him explain that bike. But the class is just so much fun because everybody's on 100, you know what I mean? And you'll see. If you've
Hey everybody, we're with Mark McNulty right now, and he's racing the Marty Tripes 100. What is his name?
Marty Tripes 100 Vintage Revenge.
Marty Tripes 100 Vintage was Revenge, and this seems like to be some custom situation here. So we're gonna have Mark explain it.
Yeah, it's an 83 YZ125 with a 82 YZ100 air-cooled motor in it. Custom-made gas tank.
Yeah, I
because
noticed that.
You're getting rid of the radiators and all that stuff. It's started out as a Husqvarna gas tank, and it was custom made.
Right.
And same with the seat, and then it's got the 86 forks with a disc brake.
Wow.
Actually, the bigger forks are lighter than the stock 100 stuff. So that's basically it. It's not that custom, but
What's your racing background? How long have you racing?
since I was 15, so 45 years.
And did you start racing motorcycles?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. When I started racing, there was one class. There weren't ages.
What was your first bike that you raced on?
A YZ, or not a YZ, an MX 250 Yamaha 73.
That's fantastic. And so have you been doing it all along this whole time?
No,
Or just
I
a
went
race?
to college.
Right. And then you got smart.
Portions are reversed. Look at how small the silencer is and how big the pipe is. It's like they've gone. They've changed. Now it's a big old muffler with a skinny little tail shift on it.
That's what I always tell people. Like, oh, mono bike. I'm like, no, it's mono.
Maybe I might. I'm gonna ask the guy this time. You got away with it last time.
More about it.
Alright, so basically it's a stock 1977 250 Mako. It's really nothing. Pretty much rolled off the just like this. Nothing real special.
The tank is stock?
Tank stock, old stock.
This is always
Filter. I mean,
really fun and event to watch.
What class are you racing?
This bike rides in Evo class. We ride the 250 Extra.
What year?
76.
76.
76.
Wow.
This is the first year of the long travel Makos.
Okay.
So
And what would long travel be considered?
basically what they did was the shocks used to mount up here with the shoulder shock. So they only had about 4 or 5 inches of travel in the back. They laid the shocks down, lengthened it a little bit, gave it about 8.5 inches, lengthened the forks to match the rear.
And how long have you been racing?
I've been racing for about 39 years.
Oh, great. You racing 100 Well, I appreciate it. We're going to come out there and see you. Cool. Amazing. Let's talk about your bike. Is this the Marty Tripes
Works 100.
Works 100?
Yeah, long night.
And let's first of all, what kind of engine?
It started out as an SM 125. It's been modified. It's a 149
Okay.
cc's, which is legal in Marty's class.
Okay. What year is the engine?
72-ish.
Okay, but it's not stock that came with this bike, or?
Yeah,
It is?
Yeah, it is actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else have you done to it at all?
I put a Dave Miller swing arm on it.
Oh, wow.
Lengthen that out there. Work performance shots.
So the two riders in the Fast Eddie GP are going to go
How long have you been racing?
with
Apparently
the
8 years.
Dunlop Dash, who won the second
I
game
did
of
the
the
first
Dunlop Dash
SoCal
event.
Vintage
First
Classic
race up.
8 years ago. So
And that was your first adventure into motocross, or?
no, I was racing when I was a kid.
Oh, but you kind of get on and out of it a little bit?
Yeah, I wanted to race vintage, so I started. That was what I built this bike for. I mean, it's morphed through the years. It was.
So Dunlop Dash will be race
like a
number
lot of fun,
1. The
man.
second game of
I
the
just love these
Dunlop
old
Dash
bikes because it's
will
just
be the
business
Fast
and just
Eddie
clean, man, and just everything
Well,
is just.
Not so clean. But
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, this is great. And this race is coming up after this one, right?
Yeah. We were supposed to be first. But
I really appreciate it. So we'll be up there in a line to check you out. So we're here with Nathan. We're here with Nathan, and amazing CZ right here. It's like so beautiful. He's racing the vintage class. What class is this?
So this is a 73 380.
380.
Yeah, it's basically CZ 400. When we got this, it was completely rusted out. The motor was seized. We did a complete restoration on this thing, completely stripped it apart and then redid it, made it into a race bike.
Wow, it's just beautiful, man.
Yeah, Charlie Richardson helped us out. Curtis CZ helped us out, and it was just a long project. Me and my dad, Ed here.
Hey, Ed. Yeah. Nice to meet you, man.
So yeah.
Looks like he's having more fun than you.
Oh yeah, we both have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
A lot of late nights.
How did you get lucky to get the VIP? Early bird.
They got the whole shot.
But we were up at the CZ World Championships a few
I
weeks
just
back.
love these bikes
Yeah.
because this and this is the only thing that you can cast on it, and then everything is just art and beautiful and one of a kind. And I mean, just the way the cases look, you guys.
The way that the Czechs made those motors is just really unique. And it's beautiful how they just got
It's a beautiful bike, and then this is yours also.
And then this is a 75 360 Husky GP bike.
Wow, tell me about this pipe.
That pipe, where did you end up getting
We
that?
ended up, a friend of ours that runs Vintage Iron had it made for us.
And now is this inspirational from a pipe that had been in the area, or it's a new design, or just something, or
It's just one that they make for this model of bike.
that they've found that works good for
Yeah.
this?
So the original pipe is so heavy. It worked really good, but it was so heavy that it added a lot of extra weight to the bike. So
I see.
We ended up dropping about 15 pounds
Wow.
just by changing the pipe out.
Well, one good thing about it too is it keeps your knees really warm, right?
Shields kind of, yeah. It works all right. It's not too
Wow,
bad.
and you're racing this too?
Yeah, I'm going to be racing both of the bikes today.
What displacement is this one again?
360.
360.
This was made famous by Husqy McCullough. It's a replica of the World Championship bike that he races 1974.
Wow, beautiful guy.
a lot of fun. I appreciate that.
Sideways Gary, another superstar here on this amazing, works bike. Look at this aluminum Dream. Tell us about it, Gary.
It's a BSA B50, 1971. Slightly modified, but pretty close to stock.
It's incredible. How long have you owned it?
I've been racing this one 50 years now.
When did you start racing?
I was a kid. I was like 14.
Yeah, and been racing ever since, or take some breaks?
Yeah, back and forth, you know.
Are you racing today or no?
Yeah, I raced 3.
This bike or you got another bike?
This one. Yeah, just brought this one.
Oh, fantastic, man. Are you doing normal bikes, the modern bikes too, or no?
Yeah, trail ride.
Yeah?
No racing on the modern bikes, just on the old ones.
What do you like about riding the new bikes?
It just gives us a chance, to take them out and ride them. Otherwise they just sit.
Yeah, right.
They sit parked in the garage or something. So at least this way you get to ride.
And I like to, what I do is I ask questions too, because I want to try to bring people into motocross that normally wouldn't come out. Like, I'm sure a lot of people drive by this track all the time. They're kind of intimidated.
Yep.
I just want everyday people just to wander in here and say, hey, these people are really friendly. And so, what is this?
Compression release.
And
that's so you can rotate the engine around and get it on the right stroke to start it. Otherwise, you just be kicking against the compression.
Okay, and that's something that the modern bikes have that, or?
You know what? The modern bikes have it built into the motor, so you don't have to go through this.
So this bike, there's only really a handful of these, and if you want me to move around, no problem.
No, you're fine.
There's really only a handful of these things around, and what this is it's a 1980 250 frame with a 1982 480 motor in it. And it's the only way that you can get a twin shock 500 dirt bike for the average dude, because the factory back in like the mid 70s to late 70s, the factory made them, but only guys like Marty Smith and Jim Pomeroy and dudes like that got to ride a twin shock 500cc Honda. So, and the reason why you have to use a 1980 frame is because the 80 frame is the only frame that has a split down tube, and the 480 motors is a center port exhaust. So that's the only way you can do it, is use an 80 frame with and you could use an 83 motor. That's a 5-speed motor. The 82 is a 4-speed motor, and I just use that one because that's the one I ended up with. But I actually like the 4-speed motor better for the motocross tracks. 5-speed is a little more versatile for if you're going to go out to the desert and stuff like that.
1973. My name's Jay East. I live in Colorado. That is a 1974 250 CZ red frame. I bought it in September of '73, and I've had it my whole life.
Oh my God.
You were first explaining to us, let's get back to it, what year were they?
It's 1974 red frame 250 CZ.
Original. And how long did you race it?
I raced it for 2 years.
Race number 2, into the first turn. We're running them fast here in the second moto. 3 laps, wham, bam, thank you, man.
I started on this bike in 1973.
When you were 12 years old?
No.
Mini out in front, number 17 on the Mini.
Okay.
When I did that, and I raced to about 1982. Then
looks like Larry Colley out in front, number 17.
Ended.
Mariana El Cajon riding for Maxima.
I started back
on the Kawasaki Mini.
Ago. I pulled it out of a box, put it together, and this is our 3rd season here.
This is fantastic, man. And,
it is.
So now, let me ask you a question, because this is one of the questions. Like, hopefully, I want to try to interview McGrath. This is one of the questions because we're all BMX guys. He's the #1 plate guy, factory racers. We're all racers. When did you know this is what you wanted to do? Like, what? For me, when I saw On Any Sunday, I walked out of that film. I knew it was the rest of my life. For you, when did you know? What hit you that said, this is my deal?
Probably sometime in the early 70s, neighbor had a mini bike.
Those little Hondas with the, okay?
It was, I can't remember. It was either a Cat.
Oh, okay.
And he let me ride it. And the minute I rode that mini bike, I knew
That was it, right?
I wanted to ride.
That's
That was it.
That's
It was an automatic thrill. It was like exhilaration that you and from that point on, I just couldn't get rid of it. Right. Except for when the kids were born.
Then we have to grow up
Then
for a
you gotta
while.
put the toys away, but now they're all out of school. And
actually, I rode 2 CZs back in the 70s. I had a 250 and 400. Used to do a lot of the night racing at Irwindale. Okay, well let's take it back. Okay, when did you start racing? In about '69. When you had something that you could go like this with and it made noise, it would actually move you. That was the adrenaline fix. That was it. Right okay, there. So early on, and you just kept going, right? Even mowing the lawn, you know? Oh man. So and then, okay. Maybe you owned this bike originally, you bought it? No, I bought this one. I just got back in the vintage a little over a year ago. Beginning of last year, I got into vintage. Most of the other time, I've been racing gold